This video is brought to you by I Literally Can't, my wife's cup that I stole that holds my tequila. Sure, the pink bedazzled glitter kind of makes it a little suspect for a man, but with a haircut like this, I honestly don't give a shit. Stay tuned. By the way, guys, I have feelings. And when you post on Reddit hating on my hair, it bugs me. Not really. Actually, half the time my wife thinks I'm a psychopath because I don't really show any real emotion or remorse for things. So you guys keep hating. I'm going to keep sporting the half haircut because I like it and I don't care what you think. Thank you. Alright guys, let's talk about some things Fortinet needs to do. And actually it's not even things, it's a thing. A very specific task that I am asking them to do and that I hope you guys agree with. If you don't, it is what it is. It's a frustration of mine and this is going to be a rant video. So if you don't like rant videos, go ahead, do yourself a favor, turn it off. But if you want to stick around and hear what I have to say, then please, by all means, do. This video has no intro, no fancy music, nothing like that. This is just simply me stating what I feel. Please note that I am not affiliated with Fortinet in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I do not work for them. I actually compete against them from a professional service standpoint, and I usually win. Something that Fortinet's been doing lately that's been driving me up the wall, and it's actually been a cause of some pain whenever I'm doing bake-offs between Fortinet gear and Palo Alto gear, things like that, is the fact that Fortinet has taken it upon themselves to start releasing new features in non.0 code. What I mean by that is, used to, whenever they were releasing code, all new features were in the .0 version of the code, the new GA release, if you will. For instance, 5.6.0 brought on all the new features of 5.6 code. 5.4.0 brought on all new features that were included in 5.4.0 and on. And then from that point on, patch 1, patch 2, patch 3, patch 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. served a single purpose. What was that purpose? To make the code more stable, of course. Now, we saw that in 6.0. 6.0 brought on new features, and for the most part, they spent the rest of their time fixing bugs, making it more stable, and fixing vulnerabilities that were released. It is what it is. 6.0 is the last very good version of code that I have seen from them. And when I say 6.0, I don't mean 6.0 the GA. I mean current rendition of 6.0.10, even with its limits. You know, 6.0.9 had issues with RDP on SSL VPN getting disconnected and things like that. I don't expect the code to be perfect, but Lord knows when you have incidents like FortiOS 6.2.4 or some of the new features that they brought in 6.4.1, which is a little bit more acceptable because .1 is one newer version from the .0 GA release code on 6.4, you have to ask yourself a question. What are you trying to do? We understand. We love new features. But you want to know what we love more than getting some new gadget and gizmo on this version of code? Stability. The ability to deploy a product in a production environment without it going sideways. It is what it is. I'm not asking a lot. And I'm sure many of the skilled engineers, not the noobs that want the newest, greatest thing and they don't care about actual quality of the product or the ability for it to stay up, you know, because their environments are small little baby environments. I'm talking about the vendors and the production environments that belong to large scale enterprises and things like that wish to say, oh, 6.2 brought on some new features that I find interesting. I'll wait until it gets a little bit more stable. But then boom, 6.2.4 or whatever version of code happens to come out. Not only did they fix bugs, but they also introduced a shit ton more because they decided to add new features that change the way the software works. It's a rant, it is what it is. But I'm sure some of you can agree. And if you do agree, I hope that you post below, either saying why you do or why you don't. I welcome all sides of the argument. But if you do agree, hopefully you share this video and send it all over the place, and hopefully Ken Z and Michael Z at Fortinet see it. I love Fortinet products, guys. I try to deploy it everywhere I can because it's the lowest cost, technically acceptable product. But it's getting harder and harder when I'm in the same room with people that are trying to sell Palo, and the damn Palo reps coming in talking about how, I don't know, the software is unstable lately because they can't follow their normal process. And you know what? I have no comeback because they're right. It is what it is. This is just a rant, guys. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. But Fortinet, do me a solid. Introduce new features in the .0 version of major releases. spend the rest of the releases fixing bugs and making it stable. If you have new features that you think deserve to be implemented in FortiOS, wait for the next major release, bake it into that. That way you have even more new features that actually help the product advance while at the same time not hurting stability. So, oh well. If you guys like this video, do me a favor, comment down below with your opinion on what's going on with FortiOS and the various things that we've suffered through as of late. If you're pro FortiOS and you don't think that Fortinet's messing up with new features, post that too. I love opposing views. Anything that gets us all talking in the same room. If you found the video helpful and you want to help other people find it, do me a favor, hit the like button. Also, if this is your first time here, do me another favor, hit the subscribe button and the notify bell. That way you can stay up to date when new videos come out. Thanks guys, and stay safe.